Shelburne, owner of Shelburne RV, your Coleman basement air specialist. And in today's video, we're going to talk about basic Coleman basement air troubleshooting. Now, the manufacturer, Coleman and Winnebago, state that the best your unit can do is 17 to 20 degrees differential, meaning that if we come in to coach it, it's 80 degrees, we should have 60 degrees coming out the vent. Now, the way they want you to test this is they want you to get one of these low-cost mechanical thermometers that you get at the Food City, the Publix, the Walmart, anywhere you buy groceries. And Coleman states that they want you to put it in the vent right back there in the bedroom. Now, I take it to a little bit further step because I actually put it in the vent closest to the windshield. Now, if you've only got a 15-degree differential, then the first thing we want to look at is the filter. Is the filter dirty? Is the coil dirty? And is the duct work coming out of the unit where it makes the 90 and goes up the back wall, is it blown out? Keep in mind that most of these units that I'm seeing are 15 to 20 years old. And 85% of the units that come through my shop have the duct work blown out in the back. And so we see a 15 degree differential when the filter and the coil and the duct work's blown out. So we're going to go back here now and we're going to look at that. Now, the other test that we're going to do, if you only got a 10-degree differential, is amp draw between the compressors. But before we get started on that, let's go look at the filter and the ductwork and verify that they're correct. First thing we want to do is locate the filter in our Winnebago to verify that the filter is clean and usable. Now, this one here, you can see this probably is in need of cleaning, and the filter in there obviously is in need of cleaning also. Okay, so let's talk filters. Coleman really wants you to use the cheapest filter you can find. Those heavy Marv filters that people are using in their campers really does restrict the airflow with the basement air. So we always recommend that the cheap green filters that you can buy, that's really what you want to put in there. And if you're using this thing heavily, you really need to be changing that filter once a month. Filters have a big deal to do with units not cooling correctly. But that filter, as you can see, is plenty dirty. So let's go back here and look at the discharge and the ductwork so we can verify that it's correct. So when you're troubleshooting your ductwork, obviously there's a 90-degree piece that comes off the back of your unit and it goes up this back wall and it wires going over here. Now, on a diesel pusher, what we always do is there's a panel right here. There's 6 screws that you come in here and pull this panel out, and you need to get your hands down all around this ductwork. Now, I can feel cold air blowing out of this ductwork right now, so we know this ductwork has got a problem. I can even feel air blowing out right here. So on you guys with Adventurers, with the gas burner models on there, you're gonna have a tail light right here, and you'll need to take this tail light out, and then you need to get your hand in all around this ductwork and feel what's going on with this ductwork. But 85% of the units that we see here at Shelburne RV, the problem is from here down to this 90. Now this 90 is leaking. This has got a lot of air blowing out of it. So that's gonna cause this to be a 15-degree differential. So we gotta get all this fixed and taped up. Okay, so obviously with a 15-degree differential, that's gonna make a big difference on how this unit actually behaves itself. You know, with the filter being dirty and the ductwork being blown out, you know, we can't change the air out correctly. So now let's talk amp draws. Let's go down here to the basement air now and look at amp draws. All right, so we're down here with the unit now. We've got it running. Now, Coleman says that when this unit is running, you should have plus or minus 1 amp difference between compressor 1 and compressor 2. Meaning that if compressor 1 is running at, let's say, 9 amps, you should be plus or minus 1 amp difference. Now, if you've got 43 amps on one of the compressors, obviously it's locked up. If you got 2 or 3 amps on one of the compressors, well, we know that it's got a low charge. But I've got this unit opened up now with a clamp-on meter on it. Let's take a look at it and check it now. Okay, so you can see that I have this unit opened up now. Keep in mind, there is 120 volts running through this. If you are not comfortable with this or you don't feel safe, please find a electrician that can help you do this. You will see that I'm not going to touch any of these wires in here. We are going to use our trusty clamp-on meter right here, which is obviously insulated. But again, if you feel unsafe doing this, please find somebody who is familiar with electrical that can help you do this. Now, Keep in mind, this is the relay for compressor 1. We know this because you can see that's a very small black wire and that's a very heavy black wire. That's compressor 1. Down here on the second relay, you can see the orange wires. There's a very small orange wire and a very heavy orange wire. That's compressor 2. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our clamp-on meter here and we're going to set it on AC amps, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clamp on that, and we're showing 7.87 on compressor 1 and we're showing 8.12 on compressor 2. So those two compressors are plus or minus 1 amp difference of each other. So that tells us that the charge should be correct on this unit. Now keep in mind that this system is split in two, compressor 1, compressor 2. Now as it's running, I can feel how much heat is actually in this, which tells me that the charge is also good in here. So we got equal amp draws between compressor 1 and compressor 2, and we do have good heat on stage 1 and stage 2, which tells me this unit's charge is correct. All right, so there you go. 15-degree differential. We need to look at filters, coils, and the ductwork. Anything below 15 degrees, around 10 degrees, we want to look at amp draw on the compressors and make sure that the charge is correct. Again, if you're not feeling safe doing that, please find an electrician to help you do that. And if you have any further questions on this, you can give me a call at 423-290-8367. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.